you can start, and you can start now. Thanks, Carrie.
Okay. The Board of Electrologists and Body Art Practitioners meeting is convening at 9:12 a.m. on February 26, 2024. This meeting is being held in person and by MS Teams video conference and is being recorded. The recording will be posted to the internet for public viewing. The Health Licensing Office asks that individuals attending through MS Teams keep your phone muted and cameras off during the entire meeting until you're given an opportunity to comment during the public and interested parties feedback period, if indicated on the agenda. Please do not use the chat feature during meetings. I will now call roll. Audrey Jones, here. Paula Thomas.
Present.
Matthew Holmes.
Present.
Nathan Morelli.
Present.
John Dickerson.
Absent. He's absent today.
Absent. Members, when you wish to speak, please state your last name for the record. Board members are asked to not use the chat feature during meetings. Public members wishing to speak must first sign in on the roster sheet available. For public members on MS Teams, please email Carrie Edwards at carrie.edwards@oha.oregon.gov and provide your first and last name. Public and interested parties feedback may be heard during the public/interested parties feedback period if indicated on the agenda. Everyone is asked to use appropriate language, manners, and protocols when conducting board business. This meeting is called to order.
Very good. Sound like a pro.
Thanks.
So, Kara, this is Bob, and I just wanted to make some clarifications. I'm going to remain off camera today. In the last few board meetings, the microphone and other things have just quit working, and we don't know exactly why, bandwidth or what. So if you don't mind, I will be anonymous today.
That's okay.
Thank you very much. All right. So we've got the call to order, and next item on the agenda is we need to have a motion to approve the agenda.
This is Matthew Holmes. I move to approve the agenda.
This is Paul Thomas.
And then I don't see in the script where how I approve that.
Fine, we'll work you through it, but okay, we're gonna send it to you, but we'll just keep moving.
So it's Matthew
Okay.
first, Paul was
Paul
second,
second.
so we need a roll call. You don't need to count the people that aren't here.
So we've had a first and a second motion. And now, Chair, if you'll do roll call, and you don't have to call John.
Okay. We'll do a roll call. Audrey Jones, aye. Paul Thomas,
Aye.
Matthew Holmes,
Aye.
Nathan Morelli,
Aye.
and
Okay, motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda are the director's report. So Chair and members of the board, this is Bob Bothwell, current interim director at the Health Licensing Office. Last board meeting, we had some public members talk about tattoo schools and things that they see or hear that are happening at tattoo schools. I just wanted to reiterate that health licensing does not regulate the schools themselves, even though most of them are held in a facility. HLO is not responsible for the schools. It is the Higher Education Coordinating Commission, also referred to as HEC. Just wanted to put that out there in case anybody missed that at the last meeting. Also, typically we don't engage with folks, public and interested parties feedback. It's for them to give us feedback, and we typically do not engage. Okay, so moving on to the board report.
To go over the board member memo,
You can do that.
just useful.
Okay, so the first item is the board membership. Currently as it stands, Matthew Holmes is in his second term, and that expires on February 21, 2025, and Matthew cannot reappoint. Audrey Jones is in their first term, and it expires 3/14 of 25, and Audrey can reappoint. John Dickerson is in their first term, which expires April 30, 2027, can reappoint. Nathan Morelli is in their first term. That expires March 28 of 2027 and can reappoint. Paul Thomas is first term, and that expires June 29 of 2026 and can reappoint. All right. So moving on to the director's report, and if, for those of you that are following on your computer, the slides on page 9, going on to page 10. Chair, I don't know how granular you would like me to get with these. They are somewhat self-explanatory, and they don't change. They haven't changed a whole lot. So I will talk about fiscal year 2024 only, if that's okay.
Yes, that's totally okay, as long as that's okay with the other board members.
This is Matthew Holmes. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Thank you very much. Paul, you good?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm good. Nathan Morelli.
Nathan, thank you, Nathan. I was just looking for that other name. Okay, so Q1 of 2024, we've had 116 licenses issued. In Q2, 100, and in Q3, there's 23, and in Q4, which were, let me think about this. Are we in Q4? I don't think we're in Q4 yet.
No.
So Q3, I would imagine, will continue to grow. That number, that 23 should go up. So 239 total thus far in fiscal year 2024. And for the public and that are online, in government, our years are a little different. Our fiscal years run from July 1 of one year to June 30 of the following year. So I just wanted to, in case you're thinking, not understanding what's going on. Okay, standard body piercing, specialty level piercings. In fiscal year 2024, in Q1, we've had 6. We had 6 again in Q2, and in Q3, we have had 1. Earlobe piercing technicians.
It's not scrolling there.
I think Carrie's done it.
Thank you.
Q1, we've had 15. Q2, 12. Q3, 3. Or 30 for this fiscal year. Electrologists. We've had in Q1, 4. In Q2, 9. It's quite a spike. And in Q3, we've had 1 thus far. For a total of 14. Licenses renewed. We are on slide 14 now. Looks like the vast majority are online. And so far in fiscal year 2024, we've had 1,087 tattoo licenses renew. Standard body piercing and specialty piercing, again, mostly online, which is great. And in fiscal year 2024, we've had a total of 68 renew. Earlobe piercing technicians, they're growing with online renewals, which is great. And in fiscal year 2024, so far we've had 27. Same with electrologists on the paper versus online. We're doing really good. And fiscal year 2024, we've had a total of 55 renew. On slide 18, we have licensing trends, and it's going a good trajectory up. As you can see in Q3 of 2024, there's a total of 962 body art facilities. Earlobe piercing technicians, it's up and down. We're at 115 at Q3 of 2024. I would expect if it doesn't go down lower, it will turn upwards. Specialty body piercing 1 and 2, very static. Currently at 20 in Q3 of 2024. Electrologists, it's a good sign. They're on an upward trajectory and have been for the last quarters, 4 quarters. And we're at a total of 91 as of Q3 2024. Tattoo artists, the same, growing currently in Q3, 2,297. Standard body piercing, it's moving in the right direction with a total of 84 in Q3, and that is on slide 23. Licenses by age and gender. It's a very young age group for the most part, and it's by gender identification, it is very mixed, which is a good sign. All right, on slide 25 are the testing pass and fails. These are raw numbers, not a percentage. And Nathan Goldberg, he was going to be online here, and I see him. Nathan, are you available to speak to this?
Yes.
Yeah, Nathan's going to speak to it because he's the one who creates the document. Go ahead, Nathan.
Give me 1 second here. I got to call up the right. Okay, I'm sorry, boss. Which slide are we on?
Slide 25.
Can you tell me the name of it, minor number differently, because it's not in the packet?
We're looking at your electrologist and body art practitioners testing results.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Sorry about that. So you'll see that there is one labeled inactive. This particular report's broken down by fiscal. That test became inactive at a certain point during a calendar year. So that's why you kind of see it bleed into the 22 to 23 fiscal. That test is no longer used. So that's why those numbers are missing in the 24. The other thing too is we don't have it broken down by quarter in this page. The reason is it's so big, it just almost is like too much data to look at on one slide or kind of take in. It's available if you want to look at it by quarter. But at the moment, you're in Q3 of 2024. I can tell you that. But the other two will remain static, obviously, since they've already passed. So those are kind of two things I wanted to let you know about in the report and answer any questions you may have.
And something for the board to, this is Bob, sorry. Something for the board to take into account is if this document, if you would like to see it look a different way, if you want some changes to it, you can let us know.
This is Matthew Holmes. I think it looks good. It's easy to read, descriptive. Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Better than the last one, which was landscaped and had a whole bunch of different tiny numbers and titles.
Trying to make it cleaner and more easily
Yeah.
consumed.
This is Audrey Jones, and yeah, I think it looks great.
You, Audrey? Mm,
So the results of the tests are pretty good. We have, pretty good pass rate with the test. And I can't tell you, and I don't know if we can gather the data on who comes in for study reviews. This does not reflect those who came in for study reviews and they went back and took the test again.
Boss, I can take a look and see. I believe study reviews are entered. I'll work with a carry on seeing how that's entered into Elite, but I think we can track that in a report.
Is the board interested in that?
This is Matthew Holmes. Is that something that we can, see how to phrase this? Like, if somebody comes in for a study review and then retakes the test, I would be interested in seeing the pass rate after a review.
And I'm seeing nods in here in the room, Matthew, that is possible.
Excellent, excellent. I think that would be a cool statistic to see.
Tina Russell has her hand up. She is our licensing manager. Tina?
Good morning, everybody. So there's not very many. What we do is we allow them to come in if they feel they need to after the second time that they've tested. And then if they fail the third time, they have to go back to school and take the additional 100 hours. So just letting you know, there's not that many, but they do happen from time to time. So just letting you know that.
Thank you, Tina. Okay. Next slide, 26, for those of you that are following along, are the financials. And in 2024, the fiscal year 2024, which started July 1, the beginning cash balance was $1,079,599. Revenue thus far has been $222,824. Expenditures expenditures, 219,728, and net operations has been $3,096. With an ending cash balance of $1,082,695, and that's current in this fiscal year. Nathan?
I'm not seeing the slides. Is there a way I can view them?
Sure. I'm going to do a screen share,
Please, thank you.
I think. There it is.
Got it. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. I hope I don't have to undo it too soon. That's a challenge. I'm joking. So yeah, you see the cash balance now?
Yes, I can follow it much easier. Thank you.
So that is I'm sorry, I moved it. That is the end of the director's report. I can also tell you that we've been in legislation. It's been rather busy, but there is nothing happening at this point that would affect this particular board. No questions. We will move on to the regulatory report. And Matthew, or who am I sharing this for? Matthew, did you want to or anybody, did you want to continue seeing this?
This is Matthew Holmes. I'm following along on that PDF.
The one that's on the screen?
No, the one that was
Oh.
sent to me in my email. It was Nathan that asked you to
Oh,
screen share.
I'm sorry.
I didn't
Nathan-
receive the email, so I jumped in as a guest through the public link. So
Okay.
I never
All
got
right.
the PDF. So I appreciate it.
Do you have it now, or you want me to leave this up?
Oh no, actually, they're struggling to get me an email. I don't know why.
All right.
This time around, I can't get it.
Not a problem. I will leave it up for now, and I'll zoom it in so you can see it. Trampa
Thank you.
Shuck, are you there?
I am here.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So this is Trampa Shuck. I'm the interim regulatory manager here at HLO, and I'm here to talk about the regulatory report. As you can see, there are 3 bienniums still left on there. The 2025 biennium is the one we're currently in, so you can kind of see that has less complaints that have come in, and more of those complaints are still open. 26 in and 21 are still open, but like I said, keep in mind that's the current biennium, so those are all pretty new cases. We still have a little bit on the 2021 biennium that we kind of got a spike in cases. That biennium, you can see that is a little more than usual on there. Probably the 55 or so is normal, and the 109 was kind of a bump during that time frame. Most of those are worked through, though. We have 18 still hanging on. It's just something to keep in mind on that top portion where it says cases open / closed status. The open status can mean anything from still currently being investigated to in some form of administrative review. So some of those cases are likely in that section too. If you go over to cases by type and complaint, complaint by type, you can see the types of complaints that were open. One would have thought that 21 bump was a COVID bump, and it may have been there may have been an element, but most of those complaints, 71 of them were licensing concerns. So a lot of licensing issues. You can see COVID complaints in that time were only 8. Licensing concerns were 71. So a licensing concern is going to be anything that has to do with licensing. It could be completely unlicensed to somebody is inactive, or they're in a shop that's not licensed, or they move down the street to get a new facility license. It could be any kind of licensing situation. Safety and sanitation issues, as you can see, a good thing. Those are low as a percentage. Services performed, those are going to be like kind of somebody did something that caused injury or something like that. Services performed by unlicensed persons on minors, we do track that. You can see there was a little bit of a bump there in the 2021 biennium, and then services provided in general. That also could be poor service, could be just somebody saying they got a bad tattoo to somebody saying they got an infection. But so yeah, so that is the regular report. Does anybody have any questions about this report, or just investigations in general, or inspections, or anything like that? All right, well, I'll let you get back to your meeting.
Thanks, Trampus.
Uh-huh.
All right. Next up is policy. And Carrie is going to jump in here.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so in regards to the candidate information bulletin, we received multiple reports that this is actually replacing the one that we had. So Skin Deep 3rd edition, we were having reports that people weren't able to find it. They weren't able to get it from the library, nothing like that. So basically what I did was I went through all of the questions and resourced them to this one here, the Encyclopedia of Skin and Skin Disorders. So that's really the only thing that changed, is this source. So none of the questions have changed or anything like that yet, but we are going to be reviewing those as well within the next year. anybody have any questions?
This is Matthew Holmes. If you guys end up needing help with that, let me know. I'm happy to sit down and read a lot and dig through stuff if you guys need it.
Perfect. We will definitely send out the invites then.
Awesome.
But
Thank
it
you.
won't be for a little bit because we're pretty short staffed right now. So,
Sure, sure.
but yes, I will definitely keep you in mind.
Great. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay, that's all I had. Have a good day. Thank you, Carrie. Going back to my hole.
Keep you in order. So Chair, members of the board, this is Bob Bothwell. Yeah, Carrie mentioned that we were shorthanded. She is the only individual in our qualifications at this point. Cynthia is out and has been for a few months. And the other, yeah, Brandon, he was the other one in qualifications. He left us and went back to his old job, actually. And then we also have our support for policy we're recruiting currently for that position. So things are moving a little slow around here and I apologize for that. Okay, do you have anything? All right, Chair. The next item is public and interested parties feedback.
All right. At this time, the Board of Electrologists and Body Art Practitioners will hear public and interested parties' feedback. Members of the public, please wait until you've been recognized. Once recognized, please state your name and affiliation to the board for the record.
Okay. We have 2 public members. Did anybody want to share anything?
Questions about what was on here.
On what?
The art reviews, and if you might be able to get this. Sorry.
The testing statistics?
Yes, and then would they be able to separate, again, wait a minute, I can't remember. What was it that you said you were gonna do for the next?
You wanna come up here and then you can address the board?
Okay.
Please introduce yourself to the board.
So my name is Brenda Cox and I'm an electrologist in Beaverton. And it was something that you said that could be added to this list, and I had well, let's say okay. So it was going to be the pass or the fail, or I think, or something. And so I was wondering if it could be broke down to, is it electrologist? Is it body art? You know, the rest of it. I'm trying to say.
So on here, and I apologize for the acronyms. We live in acronyms.
Get those.
And electrologists, practical exam 1, we had 12 take the test and pass.
Okay, maybe
So we're
it's
down
something
here.
else.
Bob,
Yeah.
is she talking about the study reviews?
Are you talking about the study reviews?
Yes. Yes, I
Okay.
was wondering if you could separate who's having the issues, what department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which program?
Yeah,
Which licensing
Yeah.
base? Yeah.
yeah, just
So-
because of, I was just gonna say, just because of what the changes have been made in our profession as far as how people can get their license now, or
Mhm.
their education
Mhm.
versus going to a school and taking the exams and that kind of thing. I was wondering if it's gonna, that kind of situation is gonna have any effect on, the pass or fail
Mhm.
part of it, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we have it on record, so I understand.
Mhm.
You would like to see
There-
if any electrologists are coming back for study reviews?
Mhm.
Okay.
I can answer that.
okay,
This is Tina. We don't
Tina.
have study reviews for electrology. They take a national exam.
oh, okay, that's right, I remember that part of it, but I just wasn't sure if there was something else that they can, like the others, study again for, and then go in and take it again, but.
That's all at that level
Okay,
through
Yeah.
that organization.
okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Oh, no,
totally
that's okay.
forgot about that. Both do.
Hey, Bob,
Yes.
this is Audrey.
Hi, Audrey.
If I remember correctly, the data showed that, I think for this past year, that there were no failures on any of the practical or written exams for electrologists. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
So we
maybe
do
we
get
could
the
share that
results.
information.
Yes, she has it in her hand there. So we do get the
Okay.
results. Tina, correct me if I'm wrong, we do get the results from, it's not ANSI, from the national
Oh, yeah.
of
Yes.
who passed and who
Mhm.
failed.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
to have it before we license them,
Yeah.
so.
So we do get the
Those are
information
the
and
results.
it's reflected in here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Cool.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right,
I
thanks.
just needed a better understanding a little
Not a
bit.
problem.
Thank you.
Not a problem. We move pretty fast sometimes around here. Anybody else? No? Okay, we have some folks in the public online. Did anybody have anything from online? If you sent your information to Carrie, please introduce yourself and address the board. Okay. Seeing none. Other board business, I believe, is next on the agenda. Chair or any of the board members, do you have anything to share or that you would like HLO to do? Discuss for the next agenda. Matthew, I saw your bulb light up.
Oh, this is Matthew Holmes. I don't have any other board business to bring up. I just unmuted my mic in case I
Oh,
had to talk to somebody.
okay. All right. If there is nothing else, Chair, you can
All
adjourn
right.
the meeting if you choose.
I think that sounds pretty good to me, unless anyone else objects. All right. The Board of Electrologists and Body Art Practitioners meeting is adjourned at 9:44 a.m.
Excellent. Chair, you did a great job. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you
Thank
did awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Nice hearing your voices.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye.